If you know about Whitby, you'll probably be aware that it's associated with that masterpiece of Gothic fiction, Dracula. Bram Stoker, who wrote Dracula, visited Whitby, and he stayed at a guest house just round the corner over there at number 6 Royal Crescent. That was in 1890, which was a while before he wrote the novel. However, some of the other guests in the guest house influenced some of his characters. And some of the research that he did, for example, he found out that a ship called the Dimitri had run aground here, and also some spots in the harbour and the town. They influenced what happened in the novel. He would stand right about here and look at that view of the Abbey and St Mary's Church behind me. And that had an impact on his creative thoughts. So in the novel, there is a violent storm, and a ship called the Demeter runs aground on Tate Hill Beach just at the bottom of the far cliff. All the crew has perished, but people see a huge black dog leap from the ship and disappear up the 199 steps towards the Abbey and St Mary's Church. Little do they know it is the shape-shifting Count Dracula in animal form. That night, Lucy goes sleepwalking, not for the first time, and she ends up on a bench in the graveyard of St Mary's Church. At 3 a.m. on the 11th of August, Mina wakes with a horrible sense of fear. She looks for Lucy, but she's nowhere in the house. So she decides to go searching for her. She wonders if she's gone to a bench that they like to sit on the hill, on that hill behind me, which also happens to be where another character in the novel had previously been found dead. This is what she later wrote in her journal. There was a bright full moon with heavy black driving clouds, which threw the whole scene into a fleeting diorama of light and shade as they sailed across. For a moment or two I could see nothing as the shadow of a cloud obscured St Mary's Church and all around it. Then, as the cloud passed, I could see the ruins of the Abbey coming into view. And as the edge of a narrow band of light, as sharp as a sword cut, moved along, the church and churchyard became gradually visible. It seemed to me as though something dark stood behind the seat where the white figure shone and bent over it. What it was, whether man or beast, I could not tell. She calls out, "Lucy!" And the thing raised its head, and she saw a white face with red, beaming eyes. But when she reaches the bench, the thing has gone, and Lucy is asleep with her shawl wrapped tightly round her as if she's cold, thus obscuring 2 fresh puncture marks on her delicate throat, made by the sharp fangs of the vampire Count Dracula. Well, I know this is fiction, but it spooks me almost as if it were an account of something that really happened. If you like spooky stories, check out the Facebook page of Ghostkeeper of York, because he's got some great ones. There's also the website ghostkeeper.co.uk and the videos on the Ghostkeeper of York YouTube channel. It's been raining here in Whitby. It's cleared up now, but there have been some thick black clouds, even some thunder and lightning, almost a violent storm. And when I've looked across at the 199 steps towards the Abbey, I've almost thought that I could imagine a huge black hound bounding up them,